Hey everyone, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I'm sharing my March 2022 bullet journal plan with me. As always, I'm starting out with a flip through of last month, and for February I did this Paris theme, and I love all the doodles and the color palette of this month. I will have that plan with me video linked in the cards and down below if you missed it. For March, I've actually been planning to do this theme since last year, and that's Lucky Charms. For some reason, I'm in my 4th year of bullet journaling. I started in 2019, and I've never done a St. Patrick's Day inspired theme, so I thought it was about time. My sister, who is Bright and Bujo on Instagram, kindly made me these stickers to use in this setup. There's a variety of sizes of the Lucky Charms marshmallows, and she even made me a black and white version for my anxiety tracker. She's an amazing bullet journalist and graphic designer, so again, she is at Bright and Bujo on Instagram, and you should definitely go check her out. She has also been turning all my monthly gnomes into stickers on her Redbubble shop, and that is Haley S76 if you want to check those out as well. For this monthly setup, I used some Micron fine liners, a couple Tombow dual brush pens, and a few Crayola super tips. And I usually try to stick to one brand of marker colors, but I was matching the colors to my stickers I'm using this month, so that's why there's a bunch of different brands. I'm hopping straight into my gnome of the month, and if you're new here, I'm doing a gnome in my bullet journal every month to go along with each theme because I'm completely obsessed with gnomes. So this month, I needed to do a leprechaun gnome. There wasn't even a question, it just needed to happen. I was actually inspired by a leprechaun gnome that I created in a custom bullet journal, which I'll have that flip through linked in the cards and down below if you wanted to see it. And I wanted one for my own bullet journal. So I started out with your typical leprechaun hat, and I needed to make it super tall as gnome hats are. And he's holding this little shamrock in his hands. I was going to do a beer, but then I settled on the shamrock. And for the beard, I wanted to give it a more curly vibe than my other gnomes so far. So I added more tufts of hair poking out than I normally do, if that makes sense. Again, the color palette goes along with my Lucky Charms stickers, so I'm using this lime green Tombow in 133 for the hat that I had to go over twice to get the exact lime green of the stickers. The belt of the hat is a darker green Crayola super tip, and so is the orangey yellow buckle. I was going back and forth with what color I wanted the beard to be because the Lucky Charms character has this dark orangey red hair and eyebrows, so I wanted to emulate that on my gnome, but I was having a tough time with the choice because I didn't have an orangey red color in the stickers, so this color kind of sticks out like a sore thumb next to the palette of my cover page that you'll see soon and you'll know what I'm talking about, but I just felt like it had to be done because this is your stereotypical like leprechaun beard and hair and eyebrows shade, so it just had to be done. I'm putting some final touches on my gnome like the black shoes and the tan nose and hands. So now I want you all to comment down below what you think this gnome's name should be. So if you're new here, we do this every month where my viewers get to share their gnome name ideas. And in a day or so after this video goes live, I'm going to post a poll of some of the names that I love that you've requested in the comments, and you will all be able to vote on this little guy's official name. So go tell me your gnome name ideas now. I'm thinking something Irish, but we will see. Now I'm hopping into my cover page for March, and I am doing this quirky bubble letter font for the headers. I got the colorful shadows idea from Julia Royal Journals on YouTube, who actually did a Lucky Charms theme for February this year, and I will have her beautifully done plan with me linked down below for you to check out because I definitely got some inspiration from her video for my own theme. This is the font I referenced when creating these headers, and I really wanted to step out of my comfort zone and attempt these shadows because I think they look so cool when other people do them, but I'm completely awful at trying to figure out where letters should be shadowed and where they just need to be highlighted, so I am finally conquering my fear of lettering drop shadows this month. I kept the rest of this page super simple with just a bunch of my larger Lucky Charms stickers all over the page, and that's about it. This theme actually makes me think of one of my kindergarten kiddos. I'm a kindergarten teacher for those of you who don't know, and we recently had a 100 day of school party where my kids got to bring in collections of 100, so they could bring in like 100 paper clips or 100 like Cheerios or whatever, and I had one student who brought in 100 marshmallows from his Lucky Charms cereal box. He actually went through and counted 100 Lucky Charms marshmallows, so this theme just reminded me of that. And that is my cover page complete. We are now moving on to my trackers. I branched out a little last month with my Happy habit tracker and made a layout that I haven't done in a while, but I'm going back to my roots this month with my individual habit grids. I'm still tracking the same habits as I always do, which are making my bed, walking or working out, but let's be real, I only really walk. I haven't worked out in a very long time. Flossing, washing my hair, being productive, reading, and no snacking. So I just have 7 little grids for my 7 habits, and I did 10 dot grid spaces across and 3 down with an extra for day 31 in March. And then I just cross out each day when I complete each habit. I just highlighted the top of each grid so I can put the titles over that specific habit grid, and I alternated using pink, orange, purple, and green Crayolas from my color palette. Now I'm just finishing off this tracker spread with some of my Lucky Charms stickers to scatter around the bottom of the spread before I move on to my anxiety tracker. For my anxiety tracker, I use these black and white Lucky Charms stickers that my sister made for me, and I'm so grateful for these because I can't imagine drawing out 31 of these and making sure they're all evenly spaced and the same size and everything. So I'm so happy that I can just easily stick down 31 of these marshmallows to the spread and move them around if I need to. The anxiety trackers I do in my bullet journal are similar to mood trackers in that I color each small doodle or sticker to represent how high my anxiety gets each day. And I always reference the key that you'll see in a second at the bottom of the spread, where pink represents no anxiety, orange means a little anxiety, green means a lot of anxiety, and purple means I had a panic attack. I usually write in actually like none, a little, a lot, and panic, but I couldn't really fit that here, so I just did little faces to represent each, and I think it still works. That is my anxiety tracker complete. We are now moving on to a spread that is brand new to me, which is a self-care bingo spread. I know a couple people do this, but I actually got this idea from Planning with Kay on YouTube, and I actually took a lot of the bingo tasks she wrote and incorporated them into my own journal. I'm gonna leave my inspiration picture here if you want to do it in your own journal or just see what she put and the ones that I changed. She really is an awesome bullet journalist, and I love this idea. I've never ever done a spread like this in the past because I didn't think I would ever reference it, to be honest, or keep up with it like I would plan to, but I'm just going to be real with you guys. My mental health has been completely horrendous these past couple months, and I really needed something to remind me that I come first and I need to be taking care of me. And I'm really hoping this bingo spread will help me do that. So the idea is if I'm having a really bad anxiety day, I can just look at this spread and pick something to help me relax. Or even if I'm having a really good day, I can come to this spread and think, you know what would make this day even better? FaceTiming my grandma or something like that. But in all seriousness, I'm really hoping I continue to come back to this spread this month and do a lot of these things because I can't emphasize enough how important self-care and mental health is and should be to everyone, especially in a time like this where we're in year 3 of a pandemic and things are scary and uncertain, and I've been out of school for a year now and I feel like I need to have everything figured out, and I know I'm only 24, I'm not supposed to have everything figured out, but I just really need the self-care bingo. Anyways, I didn't mean to get super deep on you all, but some of the things I included in this bingo chart are getting a coffee, painting, trying a new show, and decluttering. And if I get 5 in a row, I'm going to try to reward myself with something, but I'm not quite sure yet what that is going to be. After I fill in all my self-care items, right in the middle is going to be like my free space, so I'm taking one of my smaller Lucky Charms stickers and I'm putting that right in the middle. And that is my self-care bingo spread complete. I'm obsessed with how this turned out and I can't wait to use it. And now we are moving on to my gratitude log. I'm sticking to what I know for this spread yet again, and I created these 8x3 boxes to write one thing I'm grateful for each day in a different font. And this idea originally came from Tracy Tyler Revel here on YouTube, and I just incorporated my Lucky Charms theme with stickers at the bottom. I've been doing this exact same spread for about a year now. I started in April of 2021, and I feel like it's super boring to show on camera, but it's one of my most functional spreads, so I'm definitely going to keep doing this, even though it's so super simple. I'm just cutting off part of that balloon sticker at the bottom, and now we are moving on to my 2 lines a day spread. This is another spread that's super repetitive in my Plan With Me videos, but unlike my gratitude log that I continue to use and look forward to filling out, I really need to just bite the bullet and find a new layout for this type of journaling and memory keeping spread because I need some more motivation to write 2 lines each day. Honestly, when I'm penciling everything in, it's so easy to just do the same spreads that I always do because it makes things go a lot faster. So I really just need to get the creative juices flowing and stop being a creature of habit. But hey, at least I'm not using my warm gray tombow for every other line highlights though. This month I alternated between pink, orange, green, and purple, which are my lighter markers of my color palette this month, so my journaling doesn't get lost in what would be like a darker highlight. It might actually get a little lost in that darker green. I kind of wish I had done the blue, but we'll see. It'll be okay. Just adding in a few more stickers, and then we are going to move on to my last spread, which is my favorite, my March monthly review. I always look forward to filling this out at the end of each month because it really wraps everything up for me and gets me excited for the month coming. And I always include a space for memories, like my best memory, highlights from the month, and a place for a Polaroid picture that I took of that month. And I'm pretty sure I accidentally messed up the best memory and the highlights. I think I put them in the wrong boxes, but that's okay. I'll know what they mean. For the future, I reflect on what I'm excited for and nervous about the month coming. And on the right page, I have a space for my monthly favorites like movies, TV shows, YouTube channels, books, songs, and food. I did the bubble letters with the rainbow shadows for just the March header, and I remember at this point in the video, I wasn't even looking at my reference picture anymore, I just knew where the shadows needed to be, so I call that a win and a fear most definitely conquered. For my other headers, I just did my go-to simple Ray Dunn-esque style font with the green highlight, so I wasn't overdoing the bubble letters in this already busy spread. I'm just finishing up my favorites boxes, and the thinner boxes on top, talking about the 2 wide above the 3 wide boxes, if that makes any sense. Those are going to be where I'm going to put my headers for memories, future, and favorites, and I'm just coloring all those in with the colors I've been using throughout this Plan With Me. And then I brought in my warm gray because I just can't have a Plan With Me without this tombow. It's my favorite ever. At the bottom, I left a space to redraw my leprechaun gnome just like I did last month with my Paris gnome. And I also wrote hello, my name is next to him, and I left a blank space to write his name when you all choose it. Again, I will look through the comments and have a poll up on my community tab for you all to vote within the next couple days after putting out this video. I'm going to put in my previous monthly review spreads on the screen here so you can see how I fill this part out. For January, I had a coffee gnome and you all voted on the name Brewster, and for February I had a Paris gnome and you all voted on the name Pierre. I am so excited to see what you guys come up with for this guy. Oh yeah, I totally messed up the memories header. So highlights is supposed to be in the orange with the bigger box underneath, and best memory is supposed to have the smaller box, but that's okay. I'm not gonna even try to fix it, I'm just going to leave it. And then I'm heading back to my anxiety tracker quickly to fill in the numbers underneath each lucky charm, which I totally forgot to do earlier. And then I'm also adding in a couple extra stickers to fill in those empty spaces. And now that we are all done with my monthly spreads, we are heading into the final flip through portion of today's video. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to leave a comment with a Lucky Charms inspired emoji. I see a lot of other bullet journal YouTubers do this, and I think it's such a fun way to see who watches all your videos all the way through. I also want to know what your March bullet journal theme is, so comment that down below as well. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Also, don't forget to check out my bullet journal Instagram at Creative Minds Coffee Grinds for more bullet journal content like this, and also my sister's bullet journal Instagram, which is at Bright and Bujo. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!